My line, or the fish, it's taking line still taking line.
Right, carry the milk.
Oh, there's about one on. We're going to get him back in there and put him. It's a sea trout. What is it? It's a sea trout, isn't it? Right, welcome to Fishing Squad. Well, this is going to be our first proper trip of 2022. We'll just leave it petrol station in Doncaster near A1 at Ormsworth. And we're just about to join A1, so we're going off to North Wales. Wasn't really a planned trip as always, just one of them things where we lastminute.com, thanks to Mrs. Newton to be, she's given me the pass out. Obviously that ultimately gives Jay a pass out because it means he's got a babysitter, bless her.
She's a good one.
She's more than a good one, isn't she? That's why she's going to be Mrs. Newton to be, isn't it? Now, if we went through half these trips like we always say, possible, not with both of us anyway, definitely not. So the plan is, we're going to get to North Wales at about midnight, low tides at 3 in the morning. We're going to hit one of the big deep water rock marks, fish it down 3, back up 2, get off about 5, come back up to the cottage, have a couple hours sleep, then we're going to pick a venue tomorrow. I mean, there's several things I could do tomorrow, but we're just going to let tonight decide that, really. As always though with these trips, I put on YouTube and on my social media on Fishing Squad that, you know, it might be quiet from us. This is what you call quiet, we'll take it. I wasn't planning on doing much till February, but, you know,
get the chance to do it.
Get the chances. Like I say, if it weren't for Nick, we wouldn't be able to do it, so we're just hoping that we can pick something decent up, really. Well, plenty of fish to start with, and if we can get something decent, we'll take it, obviously. I've never really done much winter fishing off the deep water rock marks around North Wales. I have had ling, coalfish and pollock off them. I've had the odd strapped conger. What I want to see tonight, or early hours at morning, like tomorrow morning if you like, when we're fishing, I want to see, it'd be nice just to get something like a bullus or a conger. We are having tote rigs out, by the way, with the baits. We've got chosen baits. We've got a scad, like Joey mackerel size scad, squid. We've got some fresh mussels and some prawns. Now I'm hoping that there's going to be some, you know, it'd be nice to think there's going to be some nice coalfish about at least. But like I said, I'd like to catch the bullus in winter. But then you dream about getting odd codling or something like that. There must be some odd codling off these deep water rock ledges. There's got to be.
Oh, odd tote.
Hey?
I'm after tote. Mate.
Jay's after tote still.
Odd tote that might be floating about in there.
Yeah. We're just going to have a go. It's a nice time of year, isn't it? You know, it's a bit of the unknown for me. I've fished the area for 30 years, and I've only really fished off beaches a lot in winter. Normally when I go through in winter, it blows up that much, storm-wise. You end up having to fish off beaches. I do really well for coalfish in winter. I've had the odd codling before off Aberdarren Beach. One, not the odd one, it was literally the odd one. But it's still, I'm pretty sure there could be something, there's a few surprises, you know. There's got to be bigger codling about. I've had the odd codling off the deep water rock marks, again, one. And that was in summer once. The weird thing was I was actually targeting them because I'd seen the lobster pot men getting them in the pots. Just one, some of them was putting something in the water. I was there for 2 weeks, I got one and didn't get another one for the rest of the holiday. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. We're hoping we'll get plenty of fish. Now I'm going to call it now for us both. We will definitely get a Rockling each tonight, no doubt about that. I'm absolutely, I think we're nailed on for that. Jay hadn't caught a Rockling before. You get some nice beastie ones off there, 3-bearded Rockling, so they're quite colourful as well. Supposed to be nice to eat. I'm not sure I'm fancy eating one. What else can you get? I reckon I've had ling off the deep water rock marks in winter. I've had them in summer as well. I caught a £9 ling off one of the North Welsh rock marks, and we kept it and we ate it. Unbeknown to me, that would have been like the Welsh short record for ling. It shows you, doesn't it? I never thought anything of it. So yeah, that's just a bit of an intro to video about what's going to happen. We've got plenty of bait, plenty of rigs, plenty of tackle to go at, plenty of leads.
You got any spare nads?
could do with a few spare nads, like based on temperature and stuff. So you're doing in that car, we're coming over a bit. But we're just looking forward to it, man. You know, like I say, we're gonna do the middle of the night low tide tonight, then do tomorrow afternoon's like low tide again, some sort of time frame. Depending on, I've still got that bit of a COVID cough, me as well, by the way. Depending on what happens tomorrow, sort of, well, in night and then out wind is tomorrow, will dictate what happens like in the second session. There's a mark that we've got in mind. It's like going to be our new secret mark, if you like. Make of that what you want, people. If you know where it is and you find it, fair play, not a problem. It's not about like being secretive. If anyone wants any marks on this coastline, I've got plenty of marks to give people that put them on fish, say exactly the same fish as what we're catching. There's just certain spots that people like to keep to themselves, and that's, to me, that's not an issue if you put time, effort and years into it. But I am happy to give away a few marks if anyone wants some private messages on Instagram. I can put you on some really nice spots where you get some big fish. There's two reasons why I don't give away marks. One, because I put a lot of effort into finding them, and I've fished this particular mark for years. And two, the safety aspect. I want to be putting people on marks where they're not going to know the track down, you know, the route down and stuff like that. So don't be thinking when I'm saying secret mark, it's me being funny as a fisherman. We'll help anybody out. You know, there's plenty of marks to go out on this stretch of coastline where we're fishing to help anybody out. You know,
You just like to try and kill me off, don't you?
I've just been trying to. I like to just kill Jay off instead of sharing it with everybody else. So yeah, right. We're gonna get on. Well, we're motoring on a bit now. We're just coming out of Doncaster, pretty much. We're at
Got here pretty fast, haven't I?
Woodlands. Just gone past Woodlands, I think. So that's gonna be it now. Next bit video will be. Oh well, basically, see you at the mark. If you can see us, it'll be dark. Right, guys, we're here. Just setting rigs up for big fish, if you like. If there's any big fish out there. Got a scad on. We're on a pennel rig. 8.0 Shaughnessy, 8.0 circle on top, wire trace pulley rig, basically. Got two done already. That's both mine and Jay's baits. Just wait there. That's better. Both mine and Jay's baits are there. It's just like two simple pulley rigs, 8.0 hooks. We'll see if there's anything decent here at least. Should be able to negotiate that. Well, get a gauge of it, should I say. And then I'll show you what we're putting on other rod in a minute. So on other rod, I've got a tuck flapper rig. I'll just give you a bit more light with my head torch. So I've got a tuck flapper rig. On the bottom hook I've gone for a mussel and squid cocktail. I've got 3 hour hooks on these, because obviously we're fishing a deep water rock mark. Some nice fish can come out of here. I've got mussel and squid at bottom hook. Top hook, I've got squid, prawn. It's a simple rig, it's £50 mono, no, £77 mono it is. It's got a small Tronics over swivel on. I think the rate's about £70 or something. I've just used a old jig as the weight on a weak link line. Simple, so you don't, you're going to lose gear off here, so you want to be keeping like terminal bits down to a minimum when you're just fishing for small stuff. But other rods cast out with big bait on, the rigs I showed you. I'm going to get this wanged out, and then we'll just chill out for a bit in between bait time. Jay's already had a couple of knocks on his big bait, look like doggies, so we'll see what happens anyway. Pretty good on nights like tonight. We've got a full moon. Oh, we've got a ripping current at right at the minute. We're about full rip, yeah, about an hour before low tide. I'll just put the light on. Oh, yeah, we're about an hour before low tide. So, well, I don't yet. We got down here a little bit later than what we wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. Just bear with me. Yeah, we had some fog here, haven't we, here and stuff. So, yeah. But I'll try and get some better footage. We end up sticking with a camera phone it then. Because we did get a cheap GoPro, but I just don't think it's going to be the answer. I think just sticking with phone. We've just got a separate phone now for doing this rather than like my main phone, if you like. It's going to be the fishing squad phone. That's ripped, that left hand rod. I don't know if you can see that. It's bent double. It's got a really flex sensitive on it. It's probably not really that good for offie. I've mentioned it before, but it's alright for putting flapper rigs on and stuff. Catching dogfish and coalfish and stuff. Yeah. Occasionally, always keep your reels on these rock ledges in run. You know, you don't want to be losing a rod. I've seen rods going off here. So what happened there? I don't know whether someone set up my bait on right hand rod or what, but my rod tip just slackened off like someone hit the bait. You know what I mean? Yeah. It under a lot of tension. It like did a spring back. Yeah, Jay's over here. Look, bless him. He's there. His rod on right. It's proper ripping to right. So I'll just try and drag up a little bit on that rod on left because it's going. You what? Have you had a bite? Yeah. Yeah, generally it don't really fish too well when it's running it right. We've had 2 runs, didn't we, on taupe? We had one you lost and one that snapped my wire, didn't we, last year? Yeah. Seemed to lose them in exactly the same place, didn't we, in front of that kelp bed to right? Yeah, we're confident that we're confident, like, that we'll catch something. Right, guys, first fishing session on mussel and squid. Quite happy with that because you don't very often get them on in darkness. Pollack off here. It's a nice one. He weighs about £1.5, £2. I'm going to keep him. So we'll get him put back. Get him put back. Sorry, losing plot. We're not getting put back in bag. But yeah, that's a good start, that, isn't it? Mussel, squid, cocktail doing the business. So I'm quite happy with start. Hopefully we get some more like now. Told you we'd get a Rockling. I'm just going to get him hooked, then we'll have a picture with him. 3-bearded Rockling. Right, we've got him. He's really feisty. Oh, that's your 3-bearded Rockling, guys. 3 beards. Tough as old boots these are. You get nice, that'll do a nice picture, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. We'll get him put back. We're getting loads of bites. Jay's just waiting to get off the mark, aren't you, son? You'll get off the mark. Well, I called it. We'll get one. Jay can't wait to get one, can you, son?
No, I had one yet.
You will do. Alright, we'll get nice one. We'll get him put back. I've got a bullet, so I'm just going down to land him while Jay holds my rod. I think Jay's just lost something as well. I don't know what happened, but he just got snapped off by something. Oh, it's not a bad one, actually. I don't know if you can see him, guys. I've just got my finger on. I'm just going to land him. I'll grab my rig. Just wind a bit of line in, Jay. What you've got to do is, you're going to be grabbing your rig body like that. O'Shaughnessy, okay, ain't coming off on an O'Shaughnessy, lad. I'm trying to record it best I can. It's not a bad one, him. Probably weighs about 4 or 5. Just do my old, same old 4, 5, 6, 8 pound. It's the first one I've ever had in winter, that, guys. And well, not camera off. Right, guys, nice plus. I'm not going to bother weighing him. Probably, let's say 6 pound. I think it's quite an ungrown. First one I've ever had in winter. Really happy with that. Really happy. You get a nice picture of that, yeah? Cheers, Jay. Thank you, mate. Hopefully there's some more. I think Jay's just lost one as well. His line just seemed to part for some reason. I don't know why. A bit unlucky really with that one. I think we both had a double hookup, I think, there. We're going to get him put back. We'll try and get another one out. Right, but no, I haven't fished very well tonight, guys, to be honest. I thought with small hooks would have caught more fish. I mean, I had a fish straight away on flapper rig on a small hook, and then the other 2 fish have been on taupe bricks. I mean, I wouldn't ever. It's difficult to say you're fishing for taupe at this time of year, I think. I do know there was a few people did have a few runs, you know, at the back end of the year, myself included. You know, and you think if Bullus are in the area, you'd think maybe. But I do think, personally, if they ain't a big supply of mackerel, which they ain't at this time of year, is the close inshore, you're going to struggle. But you've got to be in it to win it. Yeah, exactly. You've got to have a tote bait out, haven't you? Well, ever. There's always a big conger or like a Huss or whatever, nice Pollack, whatever, you know. You've got to try. But I do feel, based on what's happened today, what's up? Worry. I do feel on what's happened tonight that, bearing in mind, I think the wind's going to pick up tomorrow. I think we might be best off fishing a rock ledge in shallower water, where I reckon we'll do better for Huss. Sometimes Huss don't like feeding at main tide run. You know, when we're fishing into main tide run off this particular mark, sometimes they like just feeding in pockets of slack water. They do hunt in the tide, obviously. That's granted. But there's a real tow off here, and sometimes they don't always like it. I think if you're going to catch bigger numbers of them, you want somewhere off the main tide run, just slightly off the main tide run, and I've got a couple of marks in mind. One I've fished before. I don't know if we'll be able to get access to it because it's quite overgrown. A long time ago, when I was 14, which is like 23 years ago. So we'll I think it'd be nice to give that a go. I mean, I'm really happy with getting that January Huss. First one I've had in depths of winter. I've had them in November. So yeah, we'll just see what happens tomorrow. We're going to give it another hour on here. We're about an hour and a half after low tide now. Caught the Huss as the tide turned. Well, probably just over slack water, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just see what happens like for the rest of the session. It's a bit awkward sometimes when you come down at dark, isn't it? You know, when you're fishing in darkness from the off. It's difficult to get yourself sorted sometimes. We haven't really felt fully set, have we, Jay, all night? You know, it's like I've had a blindfold on. You've struggled a bit. I struggled to start when I got stuck, didn't I? You know, like here we go, get it like Mr. Bean once it goes fishing or something. Unfortunately, it's stuck with you all night, that, hasn't it? We're not being competitive anyway, like, we don't need to be competitive. We've come to catch fish, I want to both catch fish. So, yeah. We've enjoyed it now. It's surprisingly been quite comfortable. We're just starting to feel a bit of a nip in there. Its wind's picked up a little bit. So we're not going to give it too much longer, but I want Jay to get a fish before we go, so fingers crossed. We're at Pollack today after last night's shenanigans. We lost power on camera, battery went flat. I had a strapped conger after, well, our last fishing session basically, so Jay's going to get off Mark 2. We've come to Pollack today. I think based on last night with that Huss and stuff, I think it's worth having a go off here for Huss. It's a good spot for Huss. So we're going to get on Mark. We're going to fish with similar methods, not fishing with tote rigs. I've scaled it down a bit to just mono, right through rigs, 120 pound up length. So we're going to have a walk onto the rock mark, get tackled up, one rod with pulley rig on, another tool flapper rig, same base as yesterday. I think we'll do alright. I think we'll definitely get some dogfish if no else, so I want to get Jay off at Mark, so let's have it. Right, we're down on this ledge, just getting a bit of shelter out southwesterly, so I've ended up sort of here, round corner a bit. Just going to cast the first bait out, squid scad. We've got a 6.0 on today, a Mustad Viking 6.0. It fits into Gemini splash solo bait clip. Fine. Strong hook. Standard pulley rig, 120 pound line on up length, an 80 pound line rig body. I'm going to cast it out, then we'll have a look round. Yeah, so let's have a look around. I've got both my rods out now. One's got a flapper rig on upright. Other one's got the pulley pedal rig on that you've seen. Flapper rig similar to what we put on at night. We just added a couple of beads to snoops just because we're fishing slightly cleaner ground. We've got a trench behind us. We've got a steppy cross bit there. It's a nice comfortable rock mark. It'd be really good for landing decent fish off here, no doubt about that. The rocks are quite jagged in comparison to the ones on the south side of the peninsula, which makes them a little bit uncomfortable. But if you can get on a ledge like this, you can make it a bit more comfortable if you like. So, yeah, we're fishing away now, so hopefully we'll see some fish turn up. This is one at Marks I'm happy to give anybody 4th the Ago. You know, I'm not fishing here on a day like this if I'm wasting my time. So it's a good mark to fish off in this area. Catch all sorts of things summer. Bass, mackerel, pollock, plenty of dogfish. I have PB bulls off this just on corner here a couple of years ago, £10, 4 ounces. So yeah, it's a good spot. We'll see how we get on. Like, I mean, we think we'll get something. It's just dogfish. I don't know what we're going to do though. We're going to fish it probably for a couple of hours, 3 hours, 4 hours maybe, and then maybe go somewhere else. We'll see. We did have a look at we've got a bit of a southwesterly slant on that left cheek just slightly, but it's a bit more sheltered than like round corner on main ledge. We'd have a look at unearthing like a secret spot like what I mentioned at the start of the video. We've got halfway down it sort of thing, it's very overgrown. We'll probably get crack on and make a breakthrough with that in February. See what happens today anyway first. I'm feeling confident, like, oh, that's a wobble on right hand rod. It's just wind. It's anything decent to look at itself anyway, won't it? 3/0 hooks on flapper rig. We have had quite a horrendous tide run to the right, so we'll see what happens. Obviously when it's running to the right on here, we've got left wind coming from left, going to the right, and you've got obviously current going to the right, so wind and tide were together for a spell when we first started down here. I think that it has eased up a little bit, the tide. Hopefully we'll get some fish out, like I say. Sun's just going down, nearly at dusk. I haven't caught anything. We've been here about 2.5 hours, nearly 3 hours. I think we're going to knock on head, and for the evening, like high tide, I think we're going to head over to Porthy because I'm hoping that'll get us some fish. Well, baits have just come back untouched off here. Disappointing, it's been quite snaggy as well. It's been very disappointing so far. We've got to be in it to win it. You know, you make decisions based on what's happened before sometimes, and it doesn't always replicate itself, but it's not a big deal. I'm sure as darkness falls at Porthy Scadden, we'll at least get some coal fish, hopefully. So we're just like de-rigging rods. I've still got my big bait out, I've just brought my flapper rig in. I'm going to tackle the small rod down. I think we're going to head over back to the car park and head over to Porthy Scadden. Porthy Scadden's just down the coast. It's just around the coast. Literally, I don't know if you can see the point there. It's literally there in the background. So hopefully it'll make a difference to things. We're at Porthy Scadden now. I don't know if you can see. It's just getting dark. I've never done a night session here. So yeah, Porthy Eagle with a right off. Got an incoming tide now. I think we've got about a couple of hours incoming in. Hopefully we'll start picking some fish up off the top of the tide. Fingers crossed again. So, I haven't gone to plan today. So we're going to get gear out of the car and have a go. Just got the two big bait rods out for now. I haven't put the flapper rigs out on the other two rods yet. Fishing about 10 minutes, we haven't had a bite yet either. Got squid and scad on both, like skewered on a 5/0, 6/0 Mustad Viking. It's an up tide up, but it's really good for fishing for dogfish and mullets and stuff. Is that a bite, Jay? Yeah. Might just be wind by it. I mean, I've always wanted to do a night session on it. It's not quite dark, is it? There's still a bit of light on the horizon over there. You probably won't be able to see it on camera. It's just a touch, isn't there, Jay? It's not quite curtain. It's not quite put the blackout blinds up yet, has it? We should get some dogfish off here in darkness. It's just been a bit frustrating, like today. Well, it's been frustrating. I keep saying stuff like that, Jay. It's been frustrating for me. Full time we've been here. keep going, keep trying. Like I say, if we don't catch out, next couple of hours we're going to knock out anything, so it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Right guys, we haven't had anything still. I reeled my rod in. My rod's not left, Jay's not right, just fishing one rod each, I said earlier. I changed the single up pulley rig to a hook flapper rig. They haven't even made a difference to anything.
Changing names to the side, call catching fish.
Yeah, Jay's still blanking, unfortunately, bless him. He's come all this way with me. But you know, it's like I wouldn't go down to that mark last night without Jay. You know, not been fishing for that long in darkness. On your own, you'd fucking go crazy, wouldn't you? Every horror film that you can imagine would be going through your head.
You've been on here, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it. I fished for a couple of hours into darkness on my own before. You know, you've seen it in some of my videos, but it ain't fun on your own. You know, so he's got to have a bit of credit, Nancy, for putting up with catching fish. But he has to, you know, it's a teamwork, and you know, it feels a bit down because I haven't caught anything. But the thing about it is, I wouldn't have caught what I'd caught if it hadn't been for Jay being here. So that's the way you've got to look at it. It's a team effort. Like where you've lost the match that we had. We'll do what we're going to do is, right, we're going to give it another 2 hours, and then we're going to let frostbite fully click in. If nothing else happens, we'll do a close down video when we get back, when we're warm. I think it'll be better because we've got a few things we can finish video off with. I think, you know, just a bit of analysis about stuff, and it'd be nice if Jay just got a doggy out on his rod, really. I mean, I'm not being funny, but sometimes when you hear fresh water running into the sea, like we did when we got here, there's a bit of a freshwater outlet to the left of us. So literally just back at that bit of a shed type thing, you know, where walls are here. If you hear fresh water running in, sometimes it don't fish very well. The only time I blanked off here, thinking back, was, well, I actually blanked off here twice, but I had a tote run on one of them on a red hot summer's day. The other time I blanked. Yeah, cold weather for tow. What about? God. We'll head back. We need to get warm, man. You know what I mean? It's no fun in cold weather when you're not catching. We tried to adapt to the situation today. We tried Porthiego, which looked fishy as hell. You know, we thought we were guaranteed there to at least get some dogfish. Yeah, we didn't get anything. Yeah. Just try to adapt, like go to a shallower mark, see if there's any small fish or just, you know, just something. It's a shame. We've enjoyed it, we've loved it, but it's a shame, isn't it, you know. Yeah. We'll do, if nothing else happens, we'll do a bit more of a we'll do a close down video when we get back in the warmth. Right, so video's going to end where it started, in the car. We're driving home now. We're going to call it Witherspoons at Bethely for a breakfast, then get off. I mean, it's been a quick nearly almost 2 days. Obviously, first session produced some fish for me, but it's not been as good as I think we just made a bad decision yesterday with the spots we picked. Not probably my fault, because I'd like an inkling that maybe that might be the right thing to do. You've got to go on like your...
It's not maybe, it's your fault, you chose spots.
Yeah, I chose the spots. I don't very often get it wrong, to be fair. But for whatever reason, they didn't produce yesterday. But at least I'm off at mark for 2022 anyway, that's the main thing, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah.
So we're going to... what we'll learn, I mean, that's the first plus I've had in the depths of winter. I'm quite happy with that. It's the first pollock I've had in darkness off that particular rock mark. I've only had about 3 pollock in complete darkness.
I'm convinced you'll get more Huss in winter as well.
Yeah, I am as well.
I think that were a Huss I had.
Yeah, Jay lost a Huss as well. It felt like his line it was scraping on something below. You know, on the rock mark we're fishing on, there's that much tackle gone in off there now. It's more snaggy than it's ever been in the whole time I fished down there. I don't know whether it's just, you know, it's obviously getting touted out now as like a a place where people are making money on it for guiding, which I don't really agree with. What else? Obviously a lot of more people are now being aware of that spot. They're leaving it in a mess.
More people that go there, more snaggy it gets.
Yeah, more people that go there, more snagging it gets. Probably some people are fishing down there, not really fishing with the appropriate setup. Like, it's not like probably much of a secret mark if you know the area, but it's a mark that needs to be respected, and I think some people are starting respecting it. So yeah, that's my rant on that. I mean, like I say, I'll give spots away to anybody. I'm not going to give my favourite spots away. I read some stuff before. Someone commented on something on one of my videos saying, "Oh, I switched off when he mentioned secret marks." Not secret marks, they're just marks that I've found that I fish.
Oh, this way.
If you do a lot of walking round right round the end, really, from sort of Abersock to say Neffin, you're going to find some good spots to fish. Simple as that. You're going to find spots that people wouldn't even know what existed. We've just found one as well. I mentioned it. We've started digging the path out to it. It looks like it could be a real gem if we can get onto some clean ground with a decent cast. So we'll see how that goes. I'm back in February with kids, so I'll probably get access to that. Then I'd imagine me and Jay will come back a couple of weeks later and fish it hard. Which at that point we'll be getting more hours of daylight and stuff. Temperatures will be going up, and then we'll be looking at spring soon, won't we? So everything should be, picking up. I think we'd have caught more fish if we'd gone on the deep water rock mark yesterday. On this first spot we fished. But it just is what it is, isn't it? You make decisions, and they're not always right. But that's it. We've got some pollock for another fish pie. We'll do a fish pie cook video. I'll get Nick to do one. Obviously, we'll do a supermarket one the other day. We'll do one with some fresh fish. Might be a fish pie, might be something else. We'll see. Other than that, there ain't really much else to add. All on February, so we're gonna have a fella, like I say. Other than that, keep safe, tight lines, have a good one. We'll see you later.